The name of the course is Investing for the Future. It provides the students with a background in basic investing itself. How do you choose the right kinds of investments? And this is actually, interestingly enough, based on a mathematical analysis of the various kinds of investments that you have. I initially had wanted to design this course so that it was about retiring. And I realized that that was probably the worst thing I should do, because 20-year-olds are not interested in retiring at all. The problem is, in another 20 or 30 years, they're going to be reflecting on that, and that may be too late. And so the idea is to get them in the mode of investing.
It helped me as a finance major, and I've seen my classmates also gain a great interest in this subject, and it's very imperative to keep up on your financial literacy.
Retiring is probably, if you think about it, it's probably the most major decision you do in your whole life. You're making a commitment that, well, now I'm not going to work anymore. So where's the money going to come from? So it's extremely important that people be prepared for that. The first thing the students have to do is they have to develop a spending plan. And they're going to have to do an analysis. And every time the students have done this, most of the students have essentially been an eye-opener for them, you know, because they've had to take care of all of their things that they've done for all their spending for a whole month. And one student made an observation, well, you know, this coffee that I'm buying at Starbucks is pretty expensive if you add it up over a month. The idea is to kind of get them familiar with the idea that there are the things besides, there are mutual funds that are very interesting and that most people don't consider, you know. I mean, if you really talk to most people, they'll say, you talk about commodities and the first thing they think about is it's a very high-risk investment. It's not.
Added great value, critical thinking skills, and it gave me great statistical tools that I can use readily right now.
With this team-based learning that I have, I'm putting everything that can be tested up front, and that's really important. And so every week or week and a half, we have a quiz. And the quiz is on the reading focus guide questions that I pass out. And so they do it individually, and then they do it as a team, is what they do. Well, you want to know what's the most important thing? The most important thing is they really think about it. It's one thing, if you think about when you take a multiple choice test, you think about it for 1 microsecond. You make the decision, you go on to the next one, don't you, right? Well, when you're working in a team, there's no more kind of quick answering sort of things. You've got to really reflect on each one of the answers that you have, you know. And so I like the team-based learning a lot. I love teaching. I love, capital letters, questions. Because there's this, from the Talmud, there's this statement about, I've learned much from my teachers, I've learned more from my peers, but I've learned the most from my students. And you do, you know. I mean, students ask really good questions, and I love questions. So yeah, I love teaching. I'm very lucky.